Welcome back to the Possibility Storm. I'm your host Izlain, and we're back with another cEDH pod for your viewing pleasure. This time the stream team and I pulled out some lesser played commanders in a no-holds-barred cEDH battle. Shenanigans are sure to ensue. Stay tuned. If you enjoy the content, consider checking out our Patreon at patreon.com/thepossibilitystorm. I have revamped all the tiers and added new ones with tons of cool benefits and physical rewards as well. Thank you for those who have already pledged, and thank you to everyone who drops a like, subscription, and comment here on the channel. It all helps us grow. Now, let's check out our commanders. I'm going first this time, playing my Narset Turbo Breach list that aims to fill the yard with cards so that we can pull off Underworld Breach combos as fast as possible. The fastest way to do this is with the card Traumatize, which acts like an ad nauseam for us by milling most of our deck, and then we use Narset's combat ability to cast the Breach we milled, and then continue into combo lines. 50% of the time, it works every time. Next up is Rev, utilizing his Kraum Sakashima list, which looks for a multitude of copy effects in order to overwhelm the board with Kraums, which not only draw him tons of cards in the process, but also hit for 4 and have haste. This effect can spiral out of control, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him. Coming third is Joey piloting his Syr Carah list. You've seen this one a few times on the channel, and he keeps honing it into a great manual storm list. He looks to put direct damage onto his opponents in order to get impulsive draw off of the commander. Other engines allow him to keep drawing and keep making mana to keep the storm going, eventually ending with a grape shot or other storm payoffs. Last but not least is Kirk playing his Yennett list. The Forgotten Sphinx, as he likes to call it, this deck still does powerful things in that it is composed of a lot of odd CMC spells that can be cast for free off of the commander's trigger. This can mean stupid things like Peer into the Abyss being cast for free, and usually when things like that happen, the game is over. So there you have it. Let's see who the stream team champion is this time.
A lucky gemstone. I just got to figure out which one of these pieces of crap I'm pitching to it. You know what? We're going to just shove off the emergency zone.
Alright, I'm going to play this Mana Crypt, and I'm going to play this Scalding Tarn, which I will crack. Got a Tundra, and I'm going to pass.
Rough turn. Wooded foothills. I'd like to crack it.
I'd like to respond.
You motherfucker.
I don't have black. I don't have black. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you don't have black. Okay.
It's just an Aven.
It's an Archivist.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to respond to Archivist on the stack. I'm just going to E-tutor.
Okay.
I'm just going to put Jeweled Lotus on top. That's my whole
Okay. Yeah,
plan.
Will then draw and gain a life for Rev's tutor, and then you may proceed.
Tap on Soaring. Tap 2. Signet. Mopal.
Alright. This looks familiar.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to play a Mountain, and I'm going to tap it for a Jamble.
I'll draw and gain a life when you search.
And I have 5 with the Gamble card, so if anybody wants to do the honors, you can...
Give me to roll for you, boss.
Yeah, let me spread them out first before you roll the die.
So I've got a D10 for you. So 1 and 2 are the same, 3 and 4 are the same, etc. Sound good?
Sure. Sounds good.
1 and 2 are on the far left.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are over here, and then, 9, 10 on the
9
right.
and 0 over there. I refuse to call it a 10. It's an 8.
Okay, so that's the 4th card. That's Mox Amber. I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap. Keep. Draw. Wonder what I drew. Play a Morphic Pool. Jeweled Lotus. Crack it for white, blue, black. Attempt to cast my commander. That's it from this guy. Pass the turn.
Untap. Roll for Crypt. Evens are safe. I rolled a 2. I will draw. Blue Delta. And crack.
You shouldn't do crack because lane's bad for you.
We will allow you to do crack.
Thank you. Valky sounds pretty good. But, yeah, I'll just hit Joey for 2 since he's open. And highest life total. And I'm just gonna pass the old turn. 7 in hand.
Hey, guys. Remember counter...
No. I remember it like it happened before. Just now.
Red and 2. Hey, Joe, you should have played your Mana Crypt because Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, man. Well, I get 7 new cards. I can't really be that sad.
I will respond. Flash in Ye Old Fairy Mastermind.
That seems real fucking good against the wheel.
Yeah, I thought so.
What do you discard there, Rev?
Mirror Hall Mimic.
I'm doing land, and Mnemonic Betrayal.
What did you have, Joey?
I had Treasonous Ogre, Rolling Earthquake, Mountain, and Mana Crypt.
Alright, I've got Boromir, which I wanted to play, but I'm glad that I held up the Mastermind. I've got a couple lands. I've got a Dispel. I've got a Mental Misstep. I'm sad that I didn't realize I had until after the Soul Ring happened. And then a Chance for Glory.
We draw our 7, then his lane has some Fairy Mastermind triggers.
9, 10. Yes.
Gross.
I'm going to go ahead and play Misty Rainforest and crack it. You want to draw another card, Izlain?
Yeah, I mean, I like drawing cards. This is nice compared to last game.
Cast an LED. I am passing.
I'll get to take the brunt of this counterbalance. I love it. Here's a Kraum Mox. I'll imprint this Forked Bolt. Then here's a City of Traders. Float a colorless to cast a Desperate Ritual.
That one I will attempt to counterbalance. Reviewing a Twin Flame.
Wow.
This is fucking great.
The hits just keep coming.
Jesus Christ. That's the greatest counterbalance I've ever seen.
That's rough. Okay, yeah, I'll pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Play a Verdant Catacombs. And give Izlain another card because he loves him so much. Crack my Verdant Catacombs. The old scrub land. I'll cast Reanimate targeting Boromir.
I have a response. Miscast.
Baiting. I'm going to cast an offer you can't refuse. I'm just debating whether I'm targeting your miscast or I'm targeting my own Reanimate. Yeah, we'll target your miscast. You can have some treasures if it resolves. Offer counters that. You have 2 treasures. We're back to Reanimate on Boromir. Boromir it is. I'll draw him up in a moment. And I will lose 3 life. Let's go Imperial Seal.
Here, I'm gonna crack a treasure. Show you a Flusterstorm. And Storm Count is a fuck ton at this point.
You didn't want me to cast something off the top for free, eh? All right. Well,
No, not when you can choose what it is.
that's totally fair. Well, I will move to combat. I will swing my 3/5. Yeah, Izlain, I'm coming to you then for 3. Trigger Yennett on
For
attack.
sure.
Flipping Heliod, Sun Crowned, and I will cast it. If that's all gravy, I pass the turn.
On your end step, I'd like to crack this other treasure and cast this in Light Tutor. A 1 ring. We'll put that on top. Move my turn. Untap. Crypt. Roll to 1. I'll take 3. I will draw. City of Rest. We'll play this Talisman.
Counterbalance.
Oh, god damn it. It's been so long since your fucking turn. Fuck, now I can't cast the 1 ring. I should have just cast the 1 ring. We'll just say I hate you all, and we'll tap 3, losing 1, and I will cast this Wild Research. Combat. I'm not gonna block what's out there, so I'm gonna fucking throw 2 at each of Joey and Riff, and I'll ship it.
And hip. Scalding turn. Crack it. I want a island. I will tap this for blue and then 2 and cast a Ristic Study. I will tap 2 and cast a Fimage. Alright, I want a Yennett. I would like to tap 2 and then crack my Lion's Eye Diamond. Discarding a Twin Flame, a Heat Shimmer, and a Swan Song to cast Kraum. That's good. I will pass the turn.
Oh, play a mountain, and in response to the City of Traders, trigger I'll float 2 colorless. I'll cast Syr Carah. You can draw for a stick.
I will
Syr Carah.
do the counterbalance first and then do Ristic. Let's see a training center. I'll draw it. Syr Carah's good.
Alright, that's it. That's my turn.
Untap. Upkeep and draw. All right, let's move to combat. Boromir's going to go to his lane. Yennett is going at Joey. And then I have a trigger on Yennett. It's going to be a Mox Opal, which I will not cast for free because it's not an odd, but it will go to my hand. Otherwise, draw a card. So that is a second draw for the turn is lane.
Nice. I was just gonna ask. I will draw.
Play a Mox Opal.
Ristic trigger and a counterbalance. But I'll let
Pay for the Ristic.
okay. Then counterbalance. Revealing a Ragavan.
We'll cast not paying for Ristic, unfortunately. Cast an Arcane Signet.
Okay, I will draw off of. So I'll have it stacked. So I will draw first, then reveal, then draw off Kraum.
And I will draw as well.
Phyrexian Metamorph.
Yeah, if I get here we are. Well, 1 mana. Let's cast a Mana Vault. We'll let his lane know if the way is open or not. Ish.
Would you like to pay? I'll have counterbalance go first, and then you cannot pay first. So I'll draw after. So revealing a Urza's, and then I'll draw that, and you're good.
And all good. All right. Pass the turn.
Tap Crypt. Roll to 1 again. Draw. Only land in my hand is this shitty ass Gemstone Caverns, but you know, lands are lands. We don't discriminate. And attempt to cast Narset.
I'll have Ristic trigger first. Are you paying?
No.
Okay, I'll draw that from Ristic then, and then reveal from counterbalance, which will be a Jeweled Lotus.
With the 1 floating and an additional, I'd like to cast this Arcane Signet.
Ristic Study trigger.
I can't pay.
I'll draw first then reveal, and then have Kraum. So I'll draw that one. Revealing a clever impersonator.
I'm going to move to end step. Does anybody have anything before I go to discard? Okay, so I will discard a Git Probe and a Mox Amber. Glint Horn seems to be the answer. And I will pass the turn, 7 in hand.
And upkeep and draw. I'm going to play Training Center. Cast Sakashima.
Sacagawea?
It becomes Kraum.
You get a Kraum, and you get a Kraum, and you get a Kraum.
Cast the Phyrexian Metamorph. I have it coming in as a copy of Sakashima, who's a copy of Kraum. Let's move to combat and swing 2 Kraums over at Kirk. Yennett will swing at you as well, Kirk.
It's a lot. Yeah, well, I block one of the flying Kraums. We'll block the Sakashima Kraum. Then I cannot. You do have a Yennett trigger before I go to blocks, I suppose. So
yes.
you should resolve that.
Okay. I reveal Fierce Guardianship, and I can't do it anyway. So what's that, exile?
No, it just goes to your hand. If you don't cast it, you just draw it.
That would trigger. That'd be your second draw for the turn, so I will draw as well.
Blocks. I will block the Kraum that is the Sakashima, and not the other Kraum, the Phyrexian Kraum or the Yennett.
Pass a Zaturna.
Tap and draw. Fun stuff. I guess I'll just cast this Mana Clash. And my target opponent will be Rev, I guess.
Would you like to pay for Ristic?
No. It's a really dumb card. You can trigger Counterbalance. I don't really give a shit what you do if you counter it, but I don't think it's worth a counter.
I will draw a card and I won't trigger Counterbalance. That's fine. Okay,
so me and you are each gonna. It says flip a coin. I'm gonna roll a die because I don't have a coin.
I'll roll one of these on here.
So it's basically we each have to roll no damage. So I'm gonna say odds or damage. So we each have to roll no damage for it to stop. And every time you roll damage, you have to remember how many triggers you have, and you'll take that many damage. And they're all individual triggers for Syr Carah. So.
Yep, same thing.
Taking damage.
I rolled a 5. Yep.
So there are two on the stack right now. We'll go again.
So you got.
Yeah, I got 3.
We're continuing then.
Yeah. Okay. So you should have 3.
So he's taking 2 and I'm taking 1 right now. And then keep going. I got a 4.
2.
All right. So we stop.
So it ends.
So you're taking 2. I'm taking 1. So then I'll exile top 3 with Syr Carah, DRC, Grape Shot, and Lightning Bolt. I'll play a Mountain. Then I'll play DRC.
Ristic and 3 Kraums.
And I'll just cast the Grape Shot.
I'll have a Counterbalance trigger. Reviewing a 2-drop. 2
Storm copies will still target your face. And
Can I counter the Storm copies?
No, because they're not cast.
Okay.
They're copies.
So then I have a DRC trigger. I'm going to Surveil.
And I'll draw from the original.
The graveyard. It's a Increasing Vengeance. And I'll exile top 2. Mountain and Reverberate. I'll use Syr Carah to make you sacrifice your Yennett. No. Alright, I'll pass the turn.
We'll go to untap, upkeep, and draw. Move to combat. We'll swing Yennett at Rev.
Okay, Yennett trigger.
Trigger Yennett. It is a command tower, which I'll put to my hand. That is my second draw of the turn, Izlain.
Okay, I will draw.
Play command tower as my land for turn. Cast a Walking Ballista X equals 3.
Counterbalance first, and then the Ristic.
So counterbalance, then Ristic. So your Ristic's going to resolve second. So counterbalance will resolve, and then I can choose to pay for Ristic after. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So I will reveal a Cyclonic Rift, so that's fine. And then would you like to pay for that?
Let me look it back in my hand. Unfortunately, yes, I will pay for that.
Yeah, I will, I guess, respond by casting this Consider.
Do pay for...
No, you can draw. So hopefully you get something.
I will draw.
View top card. That's a gamble. I'm going to put it in the graveyard. Close, and then I will draw a card. And it does not help us whatsoever. Yeah, I think you got it.
I'm going to attempt it. I mean, there's still blue mana up there, so I'm going to attempt to give my Walking Ballista lifelink.
If there's no other responses before me, then I'll attempt a Deflecting Swat, knowing it will get countered.
Yep,
Rev, you can draw.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can do the same thing to try and draw you a card. I can cast a Fierce, and it'll get countered, but you can draw a card.
Yeah, on my Deflecting Swat in response to the...
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter where, but just... Nope. Okay, that didn't help.
If that resolves, I would go to remove a counter and shoot Rev for 1,
Yeah.
resolving, getting a counter.
Yep.
And then repeat, removing 1 counter to shoot Rev until Rev is dead.
You
And then
got it.
Izlain, or then Joey till Joey's dead, then Izlain till Izlain's dead.
Yep, you got it. You got nothing.
I
got
had
nothing
16 cards in hand and no answer.